like and subscribe. It's the Dumb Doctor Show. Like and subscribe.
What's up, guys? Sorry to interrupt your interview. So many of you are watching the interview and you're not liking or commenting or subscribing. Please, can you like, comment, and subscribe? Now let's get back to the interview. We are. Welcome to the Dumb Doctor Show. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me today. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into this. I have a very special guest today. She's a relationship and sex expert. We're going to be speaking to her today about everything. No holds barred.
Everything.
Yeah. So welcome, Ida, to the Dumb Doctor Show.
Thank you. Nice of you to have me.
Pleasure for you to finally be here.
Mm-hmm.
Before we start, we have something on the Dumb Doctor Show called Quick Fire with the Dumb Doctor.
Shoot. I'm ready.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Answer as honestly as you can.
Promise.
Okay, let's go. What do people most misunderstand about you?
I think that it depends on if you are like a man or a woman, because I think it's different for each group. I would say that women might usually think that I'm not a girl's girl, like that I don't have their backs, which is completely wrong. I do. We have to stick together, because when you talk about sex and relationships, women that date men date their apex predator. That's just a fact. So I'm always a girl's girl, but maybe that's a common misconception, because I'm also very pro men in many senses. And when it comes to guys, I would say that a common misconception would be that I am not as smart and as knowledgeable as I am. I have a baby face, I look cute, I'm very bubbly, fun to be around, easygoing. So you don't necessarily would think that I'm also extremely sharp. So
you have your master's.
I have a master's, so that's on top of everything else that I've learned through life. So I think that's a common misconception that guys make before they get to know me.
Okay. Okay, cool. How do you want to be remembered? It's a bit of a morbid question.
Yeah, how do I want to be remembered when I leave? As I think people think of me now that I'm alive, that she is one crazy motherfucker. And in many senses. So I think I would just prefer it to stay that way. I just want to be remembered as someone who lived her life fully and just savored like every ounce of it, because that's what I'm trying to do. So that would be nice if people would come to my funeral and be like, this girl, she was mad. That's fine.
Turn up at your funeral.
Yes, that's fine by me.
Okay.
Let's keep it that way.
Okay. And what character traits do you most respect in other people?
Open-mindedness, which means you realize that your way of living, your way of doing things is not necessarily the only way or the best way. So I appreciate that a lot. And honesty. I can handle anything if it comes with honesty. There's no topic, for example, in a relationship that is taboo for me. There's nothing that is off limits as long as you come with honesty, so that you give me a chance to process and to respond and to be prepared for things if it's something that is going to affect our relationship or friendship or whatever ship we have.
Yeah, understood.
So I would say openness and honesty.
Okay. What is the most important lesson that you've learned in life?
that nobody's gonna save you.
Mm.
You have to save yourself. And it's not to say that people won't help you, that you will meet people along the way that have your best interest at heart. So they want to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to want it for yourself first.
Mm. Mm. I agree. What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is to be stuck in situations that doesn't allow me to feel free. I love freedom for myself and for others. I want people to have freedom of choice. And when I find myself in situations or relationships or whatever that shrinks my freedom, I tend to fight my way out of it, because
I think that's a natural instinct for the majority of us, Alafa.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And it's a complex thing, because as much freedom as I want to have, I genuinely don't mind having, for example, a partner that is dominant in some senses. So it's a very complex.
I think it's a thin line to be able to.
Very much so.
Walk both ways.
Yeah.
So to speak.
But that's what I'm scared of, losing my freedom.
Okay. What is your favorite movie and what does it reveal about you? I mean, who you are as a person.
Is that trilogy, Lord of the Rings? I've seen it hundreds of times.
Oh my God, that was long. That was like, one of them was like 2 hours long. That was when the movie industry actually changed because of that.
Yeah.
Films before in the cinema wasn't 2 hours long,
No.
2.5 hours long.
All three of them are lengthy ones.
Yeah.
No, that's, and I love them because they capture the battle of good versus evil.
Yeah.
That's the baseline.
Yeah.
And how humans, or how the characters and the different scenarios in the movies, how we have both, and how we have to choose which one we operate from.
What side we're on? Are we on that side or on the other side?
And that it's the easiest thing ever is to become corrupt.
Yeah.
It is the easiest thing for humans.
Well, absolute power corrupts totally, and we've seen
like
that with
if
leaders.
you are tempted enough to be okay, so you will have all this money and all this power. If you are tempted enough, you will fall into it unless you have an extremely strong sense of right and wrong, like what I do affects people.
Has to be centered before.
Yeah.
You know.
Because otherwise you will be bought.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously people are bought every day.
Every day. Okay.
Every day. Twice.
What is something that people would be surprised to know about you?
I don't think I carry that many secrets anymore. It's most of it is out in the open, one way or another.
Okay.
I am fluent in Spanish, though.
Really?
Really?
¿Qué pasa?
Oh, todo bien.
¿Todo bien? ¿Todo bien?
That's Italian. Tutto bene. No, I am fluent in Spanish. I was fluent in Italian.
Really?
I had basic knowledge of French. I have a language mind.
Oh, wow. You have easy for language.
Yes, I do.
Oh, my God. Wow.
So that's something that some people won't know.
That's good. You can be my language teacher.
Cada día.
Do you have any regrets?
No, I don't work with regrets. No time for regrets.
Really?
Really? I don't regret things.
Okay. Do you have a life motto?
I think I have many, but I would say that my favorite one is being a sexologist, being an expert on sex and relationships and so on. I would say that the quote, there's no shame in sex because you were made from it, is at the top of the list. It's very powerful because there are, certainly when you talk about different cultures and different places around the world, there are so many taboos. There is so much like mystical, like in some places, sex and relationships are even harder to navigate because of all of this. But there's no shame in sex because we were made from it.
Yeah.
That's life force, life creation.
Absolutely. I agree with you. If you had to describe yourself as an animal, which one would it be and why?
I'm a man-eater, so I would have to consider myself being like a tiger or some kind of feline predator.
Okay.
Because they're also very gracious while eating others.
Eating others up. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe it's a dream thought that doesn't go with the reality, but still.
Okay, fair enough. Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm definitely an extrovert. 100%.
Okay.
But yeah, I do need my alone time, but not. I can be around people for lengthy periods of time and still be good.
And you like to be the center of attention?
Probably so. I do have a which is not the same as being extroverted, but exhibitionistic side. I don't mind people looking at me. No, I don't. So yeah, I'm definitely on that spectrum.
Okay. And the last one, if money wasn't a factor, what would you do with your time? If money wasn't a factor.
If money wasn't a factor,
yeah,
I would go all in with my sexology mission, like to spread knowledge and research and science and all of that. I would continue with my non-profit project in Nigeria, which is distributing menstrual cups to women and girls in poverty.
Oh wow!
So I would do that full on, if money wasn't a factor.
Yeah, I think there's so much help that needs to be given to I hate the word third world countries. I really do.
The countries that the first world exploited. That's what it is.
I really hate that word.
I know. Me too.
You know, I hate third world. So what's first world then?
And where is the second one?
Yeah. I hate
doesn't
that.
make sense.
So arrogant. I remember, because I'm from London, you know, so I remember in the 80s, there was a song by Bob Geldof, Michael Jackson, Do They Know It's Christmas Time? And then I had people in Africa, you know, with like flies all over them, you know. It's like, do they know it's Christmas? It's actually such a antagonizing and patronizing song.
Really?
Like when I listen to it now, but before when I was younger, I thought, oh, do they know? I was singing to it. But later on, you think, what the hell?
Then you start to think about it and you start to see that what kind of actual shit is this?
Yeah. Then you got Bob Geldof and Michael Jackson singing.
No, it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all.
Okay.
Crazy.
Okay. Sex and relationships in 2025? What's your take on it?
What's my take on it? It's horrible. No, my take on it. Me being born in the 80s, my generation is a rarity because we have one foot in the old pre-tech society. And we have the other foot in the high-tech new society that we are currently in.
Absolutely.
So that gives us like a unique perspective of things because we've lived through both.
Yeah. We lived through no technology, using cassette tapes and VHS.
And running around playing with friends in the courtyard much more than we meet them online in our phones.
Not even being able to have a phone to even call. If you wanted to make a phone call, if you had money, maybe somebody might have a telephone at home. But often
you had a landline, and you had to walk over to people's house and knock the door and be like, "Can we hang out?" So that gives us a unique perspective. But what it also does with relationships is that we are considered the first generation to have an extreme amount of choices. We can be anything, we can do anything, we can earn anything, we can, like that's the millennial generation enigma, so to speak. And what it does to relationships is that we might be consuming relationships rather than building and maintaining. So we are usually serially monogamous, which means that we're monogamous with one person at a time, but there's still a lot of cheating going on everywhere. But you end that relationship and you enter a new monogamous relationship. But what monogamy really is, in the sense of the word, is one partner for life.
Is that something that you think? How many people have one partner for life these days? And of course, there's a lot of cheating going on anyway.
Extremely.
Even if they're in a relationship or married, they're still cheating. People are not happy, but they don't want to come out of their relationship.
That happens, but nowadays more people do come out of their relationships than ever before. We have
when they get found out.
No, in general, because when you look at statistics, divorce rates are through the roof, so to speak. But that's also because we still tend to see marriage as the norm. So we say it's through the roof because we operate from a baseline of it being the norm. And marriage being the norm, you have the long-term marriage being the norm, the for life, till death do us part version, right? So we have the norm of marriage, till death do us apart, and people divorce because people don't subscribe to it anymore in that sense. And what it does is also it creates like a group over here that are tending to lean into religious groups and surroundings and so on and so forth that advocate for marriage in the godly sense, right? And on the other side you have the secular views of marriage being much more of a
worldly views.
Like it can be either a contract that is adjusted to fit us. So it's not a contract that is given to us by God or whatever book we believe in that is religious and so on. But it's more of a contract between us. What works for us in our everyday life. It's not divine in that sense. And
the divinity is kind of taken out of it. And it's more kind of personal between you and that person. And your own kind of rules what you guys kind of adhere to.
Because you try to pursue your own interests within the relationship.
Mhm.
Versus if you have, and this is just my take on it, but versus if you have this more of a godly perspective of it, you are basically supposed to sacrifice some parts of yourself or many parts of yourself in order to fuse with the person that you marry.
Mhm.
And you're supposed to seek more of a godly way of living inside your marriage.
Mhm.
So, which I don't judge either way. It's different kinds of belief systems that are behind it.
Mhm.
But that, to connect that with the millennials and my own generation, is that we have those choices.
Mhm.
Because before, you only had this choice
Mhm.
in some senses.
Mhm.
But now we have these choices over here where people are free to design life
Mhm.
to work in their best interest.
Mhm.
And you have good and bad on both ends,
Mhm.
which makes relationships in 2025 very complex.
Mhm.
And it gives us a lot of opportunities to make choices, and it gives us almost maybe sometimes an overload.
Mhm.
So we end up just moving from relationship to relationship
Mhm.
because we lack some kind of basic foundation as to what do I want and what do I need, because those things can differ.
Mhm.
What I want might not necessarily be what I need
Mhm.
to long term be my best
So
self.
it's about kind of, finding a balance,
Mm. And it's proving to be very difficult in today's dating and relationship world.
I think that if we look more kind of like at the kind of content that is online these days, we look and see more kind of like red pill, blue pill, Andrew Tate, fresh and fit, men vs women. Women these days online are being portrayed as not being as submissive as they once were in the 50s and the 60s. Our grandmom's time, women today, they're obviously more sexual liberal, more
Liberated all over in all senses.
so I mean it's kind of tipped us of how women and men are, and women are saying that men are not as manly as they used to be. They're more feminine. They're not taking responsibilities and not this, not that. So it's a lot of kind of shit getting thrown back and forth. I mean, how do we find a middle ground? And do you think that it's over exaggerated right now, or
First of all, social media thrives on opposites attract. Like, social media wants us to be at war with each other because that generates views and cash flow and all sorts of things. So you always have to put on the glasses of critical thinking when you listen to these podcasts, when you see these clips, when whatever you entertain on your social media. But the fact of the matter is that romanticizing women's part in a relationship from the 40s, 50s, 60s usually tends to disregard the fact that we weren't allowed to have options. So we didn't choose to stay married and stay submissive and all this and all that. We didn't have the choices to make something else for ourselves.
But was that so bad?
Yeah, because if we ask our grandmothers, which many of us have done, and the advice that we usually get from older women is make your own and keep your own. Because the man you're with can screw you over any time, any day, anyhow, anywhere. So obviously, the people that lived through those ages and those types of social contracts, if we call it that, are advising us to either not do it, or if we still choose to do it, you have to still have one pinky toe over here where you make your own and keep your own, because you never know.
Yeah. Make sure you put this money on the side,
escape money,
just in case.
Escape money is a thing.
Yeah.
To women.
And you're in a relationship with your husband or wife, but you're still saving a little bit on the side because you never know.
You never know.
Everything is gonna go up.
And that's the advice that older women tend to give younger women today. So when you say, was it all that bad that we didn't have the choice? 100% yes. Because we, as women, we are not second-class citizens, even though patriarchy prefers to keep it that way. We are godly by design. So the choices that you have, I should have. But that's a worldview. And it doesn't mean that all societies or cultures around the world adhere to it. But here in Sweden, that's how we see it in general.
But Sweden, obviously we're based in Sweden. Sweden has always been very open when it comes to sex.
Yes. Sweden was the first country in the world to have like more of a public sex education system, or incorporates it into schools, curriculums, and so on and so forth.
Wow.
Yeah, we were pioneers.
Wow. So Sweden was very forward thinking when it came to that.
Yes, and this was in the 1920s, where it was still illegal to do so by law. But some people did anyway.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. History, guys.
History.
101.
Sexual history of Sweden.
101.
So yeah, it has shaped us as a country, obviously.
Back to men and cheating again. Why do you think men cheat?
Men and women.
And women too.
That cheat. So sometimes people want to make a distinction that men cheat for different reasons than women.
Men are more physical. I mean, we like, we're more with our eyes, more physical. If a man cheats as a man, he could have a girlfriend, for example, and still cheat and still love his girlfriend or his wife.
But that
doesn't make it right. But I'm saying we can more take away their emotions. But if a woman is cheating, she's more emotionally invested.
That's a narrative.
Is that wrong?
Yeah, it is wrong, because that's a narrative that, and I will say, because what I'm talking about today is generalizations, obviously, but that's the narrative that patriarchy has created to excuse men from accountability and to keep women imprisoned in, you are not allowed to do this and this and that, because that's how patriarchy operates, right? So men and women cheat for the exact same reasons. They are unhappy, or they want adventure, or they want a reason to leave, or they just got drunk and it just happened.
Can it just happen?
No, it cannot just happen. It's active choices. But that's what both men and women are doing.
I think I agree with you, but I think also that people have relationships, marry, find a boyfriend and girlfriend, husband or wife, and they're not equally yoked to that person.
100% true.
You knew when you married that woman that she didn't want to do certain things sexually that you wanted to do. but
and you
still, Yeah.
disregarded it,
Yeah.
and you ended up
yeah,
finding yourself in
Yeah.
precarious situations
Yeah.
due to
yeah,
your lack of judgment.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
Mm,
You know, she doesn't like a certain thing in the bedroom,
mm,
but you still want to be with her, but you still have that need or desire to still have that thing sexually.
mm,
So you still have somebody there, side piece
mhm,
on the side,
mhm,
but you still have your wife
mhm.
or your husband.
100.
Doesn't make it right.
No, and the thing is, my advice as a coach in these situations is that whomever you decide to marry or engage in some sort of serious relationship with, the primary thing that you need to be is compatible.
Mm.
And sexual compatibility, it's a difficult word,
Yeah.
is
You got it out.
yay,
Yeah.
is something that, depending on what type of that I spoke to before, but like the religious one or the more secular one, like where you stand.
Mm.
But if you stand in this corner where I come from, you have to try your partner out before you decide to get married.
What
In
do you
the
mean
sense
try
that-
your partner out?
In the sense that if I discover that we are not sexually compatible,
Mm.
I cannot marry you
Mm.
because we will never become sexually compatible.
So you don't think that somebody can learn to be the person sexually that you want them to be? Can't you learn that? Can't you teach somebody that?
You can teach skills.
Yeah.
You cannot teach compatibility
Mm.
because those are different.
I didn't realize that.
Compatibility is that our energies fuse. We connect on a mental level, maybe sometimes beyond words. The way you touch me, like your innate way of touching me, responds to how I prefer to be touched. That's compatibility.
And that's not taught. That's something that is innate. You
it's-
know already.
It's just
It's
there.
just in you.
It's energy. It's those things sometimes that you cannot explain. Like, why did I have the maddest sex adventure with this person, but not with that person? Even though they both knew how to give oral sex, they both knew how to use a whip. I don't know, I'm just making things up. But here, we had something that transcends
Spoken
word and physical realm. And that's what I call compatibility. We just tune in. Our guts are speaking. Versus with other people, it isn't. So that person maybe still be, I might still have an orgasm from that guy's oral sex, but it doesn't mean that I can marry him because we're not compatible.
So it's not about settling for less. And most people, they settle for less just because, oh, the person is a nice person, so I'll be with them.
And then at some point during this course of life, they happen to run into the compatible one.
But it's too late because they're already in a relationship. Oh, wow. That's deep.
I rest my case.
That's good. Can couples survive if one person cheats?
Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. But it requires you to kill the previous relationship and kill your ego and relearn.
So it's possible if somebody
possible.
cheats.
Yeah. But it all depends on if the cheater is willing to do their full part in it. because the cheater is the one that carries the burden of gaining back trust. The person that is cheated on also has work to do. It's not a one-way street. It never is. But the burden of creating the burden is on the cheater to create the environment in which the cheated on person can now start to let their guard down and start to regain trust and not question themselves, or not, look for signs that, things that happen when you're cheated on. So yes, you can survive, but it usually also requires outside interference, like therapy or coaching or...
Wow. I mean, I've been a cheater when I was younger. And I'm not proud of myself. But I think you can live and learn. I think the more older you get, the more you understand how much, as a man, when you cheat, how much you hurt your significant other. It's not nice. It's really not nice.
And more so, I think a lot of men need to do much more inner work with themselves as to, if I don't see myself being truly monogamous and sticking with the partner I chose, because you chose her, then you shouldn't. You should either stay single and fuck around and be happy, or you enter into a relationship with a person that has the same mindset. That might be an open relationship of some sort, might be polyamorous on both sides. There are plenty of different ways of having a relationship these days that makes it easier for you if you know, like, I tend to be attracted to other people, and it's not just attraction, I also tend to want to act on it. Then you need to find a partner. And you need to be honest with that person. This is who I am. This is usually what happens.
Can you speak to a woman today and tell her that, okay, you have a woman that you're with and you say, listen, I want to have a side piece. I want to have another woman. Do you think that most women will be open for that?
If she has the same liberty, I think a lot of women would.
Really? So basically you're saying, if you're honest from the beginning, men would be surprised that most women would be open for you to have another woman.
Yeah. But that means that you have to be open to her
having someone too
doing the same. And that's
I don't think most men would be happy with that.
And that's what I'm saying. Most men need to do the inner work with themselves.
No, it will be open on my it'll be closed on my side. Sorry, what am I saying?
Open on your side,
open on my side and close on her side.
So you want a freedom for yourself that you don't want to grant another person.
Well, a woman is a woman, no?
No, you want a freedom for yourself that you don't want the next person to have.
Well, I don't think she probably wouldn't want that.
You want a freedom for yourself that you're not granting someone else.
I don't think the woman would want that.
I want it. And there are plenty more women like me.
I don't think most men will be happy.
So most men should stay single. But they don't want that either.
Well, they want their cake and eat it too.
We want cake and we want to eat it. But we don't want the next person, which is me in this case, to have my cake and eat it. So I should starve and you should glutton.
Yes, should get fat.
People.
I didn't listen. I don't make the rules. I'm just the bearer. I mean, a woman. A woman is the woman, and a man is a man.
Every day you co-create.
Absolutely.
So you co-create the rules that I have less freedom than you do.
I don't make the rules. It's society that makes the rules.
And you are part of society.
Okay, but
you
usually
co-create.
Women are usually obviously very respectful and very feminine and stuff like that. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules.
You do.
How?
You do.
It's nature.
No, because you sit here. We sit here today on camera, and
Absolutely.
you reinforce the rules
Mhm.
that you co-created, which gives you a cake to have and to eat,
Mhm.
and it takes away the cake from me, and I should starve.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But just because one woman wants it or two women want it doesn't.
But why do you think that society today,
Mhm.
with the high divorce rates,
Mhm.
the happiest demographic is single, childless women? This is by research.
Happiest?
It's the happiest
Wow.
demographic, the most content demographic. This is not me saying this.
They're
is
happy
research.
without a man.
Yes.
Wow.
And you know why? Which research is showing? It's because we no longer accept to starve while you glutton.
Hmm.
And this is fact. This is factual.
Hmm.
I have research to back it up. So women today don't adhere to this anymore.
Of course, no, I definitely.
We are breaking away from it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if men, I'm generally speaking again, if men want relationships with women,
Mm-hmm.
they need to do inner work on themselves.
I
They
agree
need
with
to,
you.
They need to give the freedom that they themselves get.
I agree with you, but that's the problem is that if you're going to adhere to the way that you're saying and looking at the statistics, the most happiest are single women
Without kids.
without kids.
Mhm.
By the time a woman gets to 40 years old, it's very difficult for her to have kids.
But she still...
So she's had all that time playing around and doing whatever she's doing. By the time she gets to 40, her menstrual cycle stops.
No,
menopause?
that's more around 50.
Okay.
Mm.
And you can explain more to me and our viewers about that.
Mm.
But what I'm trying to say is when the older woman gets, her eggs go down.
No.
So her fertility. So it's going to be
No.
tougher to have children, isn't it?
I see that you failed to do your research.
No,
Because the current,
That's not right.
the latest research on this topic is that it's not the woman's eggs that decline. It's actually men's sperm that decline in quality as you age.
Okay,
Women
but a
have
man
a-
can still have sex with, up to his 80 years old, right?
He still can.
Yeah. But like you said, the quality wouldn't
is
be as
poor.
good as...
Yeah, so he
Okay,
still can.
okay, yeah.
What happens with menopause when a woman's fertility stops, basically?
Mhm.
It varies. For some, it happens very early due to
What age are we talking?
Usually is around 50 plus minus 5 years here and there.
Mm.
It can happen earlier. It can happen later. We're all individuals, right? But what happens is that the fertility stops, and probably, I'm saying probably because it's very difficult to find, the hard facts and the hard evidence for it. But probably it's because being pregnant, carrying a child, birthing that child, and nurturing that child until you no longer have to when they're this big is an extreme workload. Physically, mentally, sexually, just everything. So by design, nature has made it impossible for us to do that above a certain age. We then have, because now I'm just putting things out here that people have to make their own minds up about, but women have a longer lifespan than men. We tend to live longer. That can have various reasons for that. But some scientists look at it as nature has given women a break from fertility and all that comes with it, so that we can now start to take care of the clan that we now made and be storytelling and passing information down to the younger generations. which we cannot do in the same to the same extent if we continue to be fertile and get pregnant and have kids and birth kids and take it. You know what I mean? So it's and I actually think that that's a beautiful thought, that nature designed it that way. That at some point you have to stop with the things that are life-threatening, because pregnancy and birth and childcare are life-threatening to women. That's the fact of the matter. People die from it. Women die from it, I should say.
Somebody told me the other day, actually, a friend of mine told me that his childhood friend, she had one child, and then the second birth she had only a couple months ago, she died.
You see? So for us, it's a life and death situation.
Absolutely.
So nature decided that you're only allowed to gamble with your life for so long to try to recreate, to try to procreate, to try to keep mankind, you know, living and growing. And at a certain point, there's no more of that. Now you're just allowed to take care of what you made and make sure that information is passed down so that these younger generations know what needs to be done in order to continue life. So it is not the value of women as we age increase when you look at it this way rather than decrease. Because having fertility stop gives us the opportunity to pass on information instead of being focused on procreation.
Okay. Let's stay on the menopause for a little bit longer. You said that the menopause, menopause is when the period stops, right? Do women that go through that so do they feel like having sex less, or is there any type of kind of side effects, or how does that affect somebody?
There are a lot of you can call it side effect, but what menopause does is that it basically is the result of changing hormones. Some hormones drop, some increases, and whatever. And menopause is now the result of it, more or less.
Okay.
Obviously, for a lot of women, it affects their sexual desire, their sex drive. What it does to us physically is also that it reduces the amount of lubrication that comes from sexual arousement and stuff like that. So we can get dry, just dryness over, just the skin can get dry, the hair can get brittle, the mucous membranes that we have inside the vagina, they get drier. So it's if you don't find solutions to that, you might experience difficulties with having intercourse with someone because it's just not going to be comfortable. And that's because the body doesn't produce it the same way. A lot of women don't experience it like that. So it's a highly individual situation. It depends really.
From person to person.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot. It varies a lot.
Okay.
But you can get fatigue, you can get irritability, you have all these what you would call negative side effects. But for some women, you also have positive side effects that all of a sudden you can focus on other things in life than sex and procreation. And you know, like some people feel like suddenly they get like a clarity of mind.
And you can have sex and not get pregnant, obviously. Obviously,
because the body's not releasing any more eggs.
Okay.
So that's what happens. The egg production stops, basically.
Okay.
So many women, on the contrary, experience positive side effects also.
It's not all. It's not everything. Is not so negative.
No.
And it's from person to person.
100%.
Okay, cool. We're gonna switch topics a little bit now. Porn vs
Porn
real intimacy.
versus real intimacy.
Yeah.
It's the same as an action movie versus real life. It's pumped up, it's jacked up, it's directed, it's fiction. So, and when I say that, I mean produced porn, as in when you have porn stars acting. Then you have the other side of porn, which is amateur porn. Maybe people record in the privacy of their own homes and they choose to post it or whatever, and they maybe make content to make money out of it, and so on and so forth. So porn, the word pornograph or pornographic material is actually just like the depiction of sex. That's the word in itself. It's depiction of sexual situations. And pornography goes as far back as humankind. There are writings and paintings on the walls inside caves from 10,000 plus years back that depicts
Sexual acts. Wow.
We have found statues with boners, and like the porn is as old as humankind.
Wow.
In some extent, or in some senses, I should say. So, porn versus real life. Porn is the outlets for fantasies, stuff that you think about, that you are attracted to, but doesn't necessarily mean that you want to do in real life. You can still get turned on by something that you would not be willing to try yourself in a real life situation. So depending on how you use porn, it can, make you or break you in some senses. And I think if people are clear on this, that it is, which most people are, that it is fiction, but to some extent you can also draw inspiration from it. Because maybe you see something that you feel very inclined to try, and you plan for that and you try it with someone you trust in a safe environment, and it becomes a sexual experience that you remember forever because it was explosive and you liked it. So porn is not only the bad side. The industry of porn is what's bad about porn, mostly, because the industry is not regulated. It feeds on human trafficking. It exploits people. The money that a video is making doesn't go to the people in it and stuff like that. So the industry is crap.
Yeah.
Largely, I would say. But porn is not necessarily crap. So you have to also be able to make the distinction between the two.
And the balance.
Yeah. And realize that porn, but this is my Swedish secular inclusive perspective of it.
It's good you said
not
that.
Not everybody would agree with me on that. By far not.
I feel like young guys shouldn't be watching porn. I feel like porn is not reality. It's not real sex. It's a fantasy. It will have you, if you're insecure as a young guy, For example, you'll see a porn guy with a very big dick. If you don't have that, then you'll be like, what the hell is going on? You know, you feel not manly enough, you know? So you can have your own insecures, you know? And that's not, everyone doesn't have a big dick.
Most men have very average dicks. That's
well, where's
for sure.
average?
There is actually an
We got the statistics for that.
there are
Oh
statistics
God,
for it.
we don't want it.
There is
We don't want it.
there is a happy middle, obviously. No, but the thing is, if young men, boys, teenagers, whatever, if they're not supposed to be watching porn, what are they supposed to do? Just as a food for thought. Because if we tell them that they shouldn't watch porn, porn being, yes, porn can be a teacher, but it's not a teacher because it's not gonna teach you how to become a great sexual partner to someone. It might show you some techniques. It might show you some kind of action take on what sex is.
But that's it. It doesn't go more than that.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't go into intimacy. It doesn't go into what I talked about before about being compatible and understanding nuances to the person that you're with. But let's say we remove porn altogether.
Yeah.
They would have to practice in the real world, right?
And you do that
They
in
would,
the real world with a real woman,
yeah,
a real girl, a real person.
yeah.
And then you get that experience. I mean, everyone has to
But
start
then
from
you
somewhere.
have to take into consideration that if a girl or a woman is now doing that with all these teenage boys, young males, what happens to the girls? The double standard is
They become like sluts and whores. And we don't want sluts and whores. Actually, men want sluts and whores to have fun with, but to wife, to be your girlfriend, nobody wants that.
and that's why it's a male problem. Sluts
I
and
agree
whores
with you. I agree with you.
are that's not a female issue. That is a male issue.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's a double standard.
It's you want your cake and you want to eat it again.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So we have this. It all circles back to
That's true. When you think about it.
to the cake, right?
Yeah. Damn.
And let's say that the girls and young women, let's say they remove themselves. They don't want to participate. So they in the future will make great wives. Let's say that happens. Then all of these boys and young men need to sleep with each other. And that is an even bigger taboo than being a slut and a whore.
Well, yeah.
Because then you gain experience with other males.
Yeah. That's going down a whole different alley. But yeah, I agree with you.
So you see, the cake here is the issue.
Yeah.
Sorry to break it to you.
Okay.
Like this on YouTube. But the cake is the issue.
It is. It's becoming an issue. All right.
I rest my case again.
Emotional cheating versus physical cheating. Which one hurts more?
I can answer the question personally, but I cannot answer it generally, because that is a very, very highly individualistic thing to decide on. Personally, emotional cheating is worse for me. The physical part, I don't, but that's also because I have a more of an open mind. I would consider, other types of relationships than strictly monogamous and so on and so forth. So my own sexual preference can sometimes also be more people than one together doing stuff. So the physical aspect of cheating for me is really nothing that bothers me.
Okay.
But the emotional part is, if I have a relationship with you, my investment is emotional. So if you now invest emotions into that woman,
texting and
that means that my investment versus the investment you also give me declining, right? Because you focus your emotions on someone else. So for me, that is worse. The physical part is, you do that for half an hour and you get up and leave and you go.
Wow.
I can do it myself, get up and leave and go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the emotional...
That doesn't bother you as much.
No, the emotional entanglement
hurts
is
you,
way
hurt
worse.
You more. Okay. I get it. Wow, that's crazy. But like you
that
said, that's
comes
more
from
individual.
that relates to the gut feel, the energy of us mixing. All of a sudden you're out here mixing the same way with someone else.
Doesn't feel good.
That's worse for me than banging.
I would think that, the banging would be more worse for most women than the emotional. Well, probably both of them really, but probably more the physical.
If you really asked 1,000 women this question, I think I dare to say that the majority would say that the emotional side is worse.
Okay. Okay.
Because the emotional side is entangled. It doesn't have a clear stop. Right?
Right. Yeah,
but the physical aspect, you met someone in the club, you left with them, they had a hotel room, boom, 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 bye, hey, bye, we didn't exchange numbers. This is just a scenario.
Yeah. That's it.
But emotional entanglement, when we are entangled emotionally, oof.
That's tougher to break free.
I
hear you.
That one sucks.
I hear you. Why do you think, as a black man, if you haven't realized,
happens to be my area of expertise.
Why do you think that black men are so almost fetishized? I feel like I had a friend of mine tell me not too long ago, she's white, and she told me, I can have sex with you black guys, but I can't have a proper relationship with black guys. And I felt offended.
You should take offense.
I felt offended because it's almost as if we're seen only as BBCs, big black cocks.
Sex partners more than anything.
We're more kind of
objects.
Like I'm more than that. I'm a human being. No, but like it just doesn't make sense. Like, why is it that black men are so kind of fetishized? And we're in Sweden, so there is a lot of mixed couples in Sweden. But black guys are,
It actually goes way back. It's tied into slavery and the history of white supremacy and blackness and all that. And the stereotype of the black man.
You did your master's on this.
This is my master thesis.
What did you do your master's on?
I studied how the pornographic stereotype of BBC, big black cocks, and interracial attraction, how it relates to black men's everyday sex life, their normal, sex lives. And what came out of that study, which you can find through my Instagram, in the link in my bio, but the main result was that if you as a Black man adhere to the stereotype, that you can somehow see yourself in the stereotype, you tend to express a higher satisfaction in your own sex life. And you also tend to express that you feel the expectation from society to be attracted to white women. And white women and Black men have been intertwined in this stereotype since it emerged. Because during slavery and throughout history, white people have used Black men as a form of intimidation.
The Mandingos and stuff.
Yes.
Mandingos.
You were portrayed as predators, rapists, criminals, whatnot. And the ultimate, like, how do I say? I can't even find the word, but the worst thing was when a Black man was with a white woman, because white women were portrayed as innocent, high value, pure. So to have those two intertwine,
and the Black man was seen as the devil, and like you said,
100%, yes. The fact of the matter is that during slavery, in the plantations and stuff, Black men with big dicks were used to breed Black women, but also other racial groups, because of your physique. You were good workers, strong, you had endurance, all of that. That was built into the stereotype of the Black man. What now happened in porn is that all of a sudden, that's what you want to be. You want to be strong, you want to be having endurance, you want to be flexible, you want to be able to perform for hours. You want to, you want to knock your counterpart, out in a sense that this is the best sexual experience you will ever have. So what happened is, like, all of a sudden, what was the worst portrayal of the Black man
became the best, the good.
Became what every man on earth wants
Superman.
to be. Like, it's a sexual Superman.
Damn.
Yeah, it's powerful. Like, and the thing is, my thesis is small. It's just a master degree thesis. But
how many words was it? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember. Pages 40 maybe or something.
Wow.
But I look at it through an intersectional lens, which means that I look at it through racial perspectives and so on and so on, because you have to, because that's what it comes from. So, but the results of it is that if you as a Black man adhere to the stereotype, you tend to grade yourself and your experience in real life higher, that you're more satisfied with your own sex life. But to circle back to what I mentioned before about like gay activities and so on, is that the men that said that they conformed to the stereotype, they also showed that they were more open to homosexual activities, homoerotics.
What do you mean?
That they showed a tendency to be more positive towards homo interactions, like sex, man on man. You know what I mean?
Oh wow!
And it's very interesting because in porno, in porn as of today, there is a lot of depictions where a Black BBC guy is now boning a white twink, like another man, boy, guy, whatever. And it is without the black man actually being gay. It is just a power of a display of power.
Wow. What the hell?
Yeah, that you have that type of access to white men, and they want to be submissive towards a black guy.
How did it go from the white women to the white men? Okay.
That's what happens in the world of porn sometimes, that some things metamorphose into other things. But that is a huge, when you look at gay porn as a more of a distinct group, you have a lot of gay porn that involves black men and white men. But where the black guy is usually the giver and the white man is the receiver.
And that is because, like you said, the black man wants to kind of be more dominant.
It has a superior stance. Is the ultimate sex partner, because that's what what black men might struggle with in everyday life, is that this expectation follows outside of porn. You know, like the expectation that you need to have this and this size of a dick. You need to, you cannot come in 3 minutes. You have to wait at least an hour. You should be able to go. You should be able to.
We have to be
to
like
come
Superman.
and then go again. And
we have
all
to be
of
like
it.
Superman.
Sexual Superman. So it has like translated into, you know, that's what stereotypes do. They get a life of their own. And if people aren't aware of it, they might, you know, also be left with unmet expectations, or they'd be disappointed and stuff like that.
That's crazy. It's very, very interesting though.
If money wasn't a factor, I would probably go into research and research more on this topic. It's really, also a little bit out there to do so as a white woman.
Yeah.
But as a white woman, I've had great access to black men through my social media that has been willing to participate and leave their information anonymously.
Oh wow!
So I tried to use that to actually do something.
Get more understanding and information too.
Definitely.
Wow.
So it's I can talk about that topic for hours.
No,
it's very interesting.
Wow. We touched on it, but we didn't really speak about it. For all the men out there that think that they're not enough sexually, does a man have to be big, or can it be small, or what is a good size for a woman, or is there no size that fits all, or what can men out there that don't have so much confidence in the bed, don't have so much confidence because maybe they have a small penis, what can they do to actually enhance themselves or make themselves more available and better?
Yeah, there are ways to enhance your physical parts to some extent, not a lot, but I would say that before you go into that type of thing, you need to work on your skill set. You need to be a skilled lover. And when you are a skilled lover, the size won't matter all that much to most women.
Okay.
Some women absolutely prefer big and they only want big and so on. But I'm not talking about them. Yeah. Because most women are not like that.
Yeah.
And it's almost always a matter of skill to know what angle, like to also know your partner enough to know that, okay, her G-spot seems to be located slightly to the left. So if we do this type of position, then I enter into a way that hits that G-spot. Like it's more of a skill set to know how to work with what you have and to understand your partner primarily, to know that, like, for example, maybe if you're on the smaller side, maybe you actually have a partner that is into anal sex, which is by all means very much okay to do regardless. But if you're smaller, it's also because it's a little bit tighter. It can be really strenuous to have a big partner, a big dick, if you want to do anal. So maybe you explore that part. So, there are a lot of different ways to have sex, and not everything is about penetration anyway. Like
More foreplay.
Most women actually come from like oral sex, fingers, hands, toys. So if you are a skilled lover and you know how to use all of these things, she will never complain about your dick size.
Okay, so it's not just about dick size. The only problem is that Jamaican men apparently don't do oral sex. So
it's not just a Jamaican thing. It's not just a Jamaican thing.
I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules.
You just play by them. A lot of, and I would say predominantly black men. I have not encountered it as much in white men.
Really?
No, it's more common, I should say, from my own personal perspective. It's more common in black men to not want to give head.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think?
I think it's a matter of cultural beliefs. It's that in some cultures, you teach young boys and black men and so on to have pride in various senses. You are prideful, and I don't say it as a negative, because you can be prideful and it's a bad thing. But you are taught to be carrying a lot of pride. You're black kings, you're all this, all that, which means that you're not supposed to serve. But in a relationship, in a marriage, in a sexual situation, you are supposed to serve.
Well, it's
The
50-50,
two of us,
isn't it?
the two of us are supposed to serve each
Absolutely.
other. I'm supposed to try to make you feel good,
Yeah.
and
You're supposed to do the same.
enjoy,
Yeah.
and you're supposed
give
to
and
make
take.
me feel the same.
Yeah.
So I think it's sometimes is a cultural belief that is ingrained in you from a young age, that you don't give head to women. And in some places it can have a different, also like this of being that it's not clean. Like if you give a woman head, that the woman is unclean, so therefore you will become unclean.
Yeah.
And you eat with your mouth, and you drink with your mouth, and you because the portrayal of a woman in that culture is that she is unclean by default, which for me is a very strange thing. But I'm not from that type of culture. So that is also like a factor. So that's what I say. That's why I say that most often when you have people that don't want to, for example, perform oral sex on a woman, it has some kind of cultural connotation to it.
Yeah, there's something underlying that, to the reason why they say that they don't want to do it. Which for me is, everyone each to their own, as long as you feel comfortable. But if you're with your partner, I feel like you should be able to open yourself up and do whatever you like. I mean, it's between you two.
And sometimes people don't like it. Some women don't want to get it.
Yeah.
Some people don't like to give oral sex. Some women don't want to suck dicks. They don't like it. They don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And you can never force anybody into something that they're not into.
Yeah.
That's why I say what I said in the beginning about sexual compatibility and marriage. Don't marry a woman who doesn't want to give you head if getting head
is important
for you. It's just not going to work.
It's not going to work out.
Nay.
Because down the line, you're still going to be wanting something that you know that
you are
she
going
doesn't
to
like.
stray.
And later on, you're going to stray.
Yes.
And you're going to be in a situation where you have a side piece.
You damage another person
Yeah.
for what you yourself chose. Because in choosing her, you made the choice to not get head, right?
Yes.
And if you cannot be 100% at peace with that choice,
honest.
don't make it.
That's true.
Don't
That's
make it.
really true. That's really true. Wow. Oh, you're out here saving relationships.
One YouTube video at a time.
Welcome back.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate
Before
it.
we close, is there anything that you want to say or anything you want to add? Obviously, we'll link your socials and stuff
Yeah,
down below.
yeah. I will link yours too.
Thank you. Is there anything that we've missed or anything else you want to take out?
You can
before
talk
we-
about this. You should have a full workshop, a full day, a weekend. No, no. I guess I just want to.
This is just the beginning of me and you together.
Hey, more to come.
Absolutely.
No, but the sex and relationships in 2025 is actually quite a complicated matter. So I would always advise people to also seek out help when they need it.
Professional help.
Professional help. If it's through your doctor, if it's through some kind of center for, you know, whatever health care that you try to get, like me, a coach or some type of expert, like relationship,
Sex or relationship
yeah,
expert, someone that is entwined and has understanding.
Yes,
I agree.
because it is quite a complicated matter to most people. And sometimes you really do need outside lenses to solve some issues, to, you know, move forward in processes, even single or in a relationship, doesn't really matter.
Do you do
Still.
consultations? Like if people out there want to actually obviously get in contact with you, we're going to link your
I do.
information and stuff. So
do.
people can actually contact you if they need a consultation.
Yeah.
They can do that?
Yeah.
So you heard that. Yeah?
Most of them nowadays are online.
Yeah.
So it's either we book a phone call or a Zoom call or whatever.
Okay.
And it can be like a one-time thing. Maybe you just have some certain situation you want to get some input on. Or it's a continuous thing that we meet, that we have a session every week, every 2 weeks. And in between, you also get homework and stuff to, you know, depending on what it is that you need help with. But it's absolutely possible.
Fantastic. So it's not hopeless.
It's never hopeless. It is what you make it to. It is what you put in.
I love that. Thank you so much, Ida, for taking
having
the
me.
time out of your schedule to come and do this. I really, really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And like I said, it's not going to be the last time that you're going to see her.
I'll appear again.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing
For
else to
having me.
say?
Nothing. I'm very happy.
All right. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next time on the Dandara Show.
For sure.
God bless. Peace.